Welcome back, handsome viewers, to some more Rogue Trader. We have just
Is there money to be
made contact with the governor of Owlcat Minoris, and I'm just trying to wrap my head around all the quests. So basically, Pascal Hanuman is looking for his mentor, and the leads are currently at the Adeptus Mechanicus on Owlcat Minoris in a remote area that we'll go and approach with the void ship, because you can't, it's too remote to go there sort of via the planet, I guess. So we'll go back up to the void ship and then select another location, I assume. And then we've got more information on the interrogator of the Inquisition that we've been looking for. And then the Lex Imperialis have come in and taken over. So I think that's another DLC character that we'll maybe pick up eventually, if I'm not mistaken.
Always keep your
What
eye
else
on
is
the
there?
price.
We need a... So basically, this interaction with the mayor did not go as I thought it would. We asked for people. We need to, like, you know, restock our ship with more people. New blood. Crude office, yeah. We basically struck a deal to get more people. He said he would help us, but he hasn't... that quest is not complete yet, so... I think we'll just talk to some people here and see what's cooking. I think we've got to interface with the cogitator as well and see what we can learn. So Tech Priest Quartz Crame. Tech Priest Quartz Crame or Crame. The painfully thin Tech Priest turns turns sharply towards you. The sudden movement makes his chromed augmetics briefly clang. His grey eyes set under furrowed brows almost blend into the pale skin of his face, and he levels you with a heavy, dour stare. Identification: Unit Logis Quartz Crane, official trade representative of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. So, Adeptus Mechanicus are known to have these Explorator fleets that I don't know if they operate in the same way as Rogue Traders. My original understanding of Rogue Traders was that they were the explorers who operate on the fringes of the Imperium, and it's more than that. They actually maintain and sort of hold on to these vast swathes of territory and help facilitate imperial ties and go on adventures. It's basically, Warhammer's way of saying, hey, you want to interface with Space Marines and Xenos and Eldar and this and that, Rogue Trade is the way to go, right? So you can basically touch on all aspects of the Warhammer 40k universe without being too shoestrung into, like, the life of a Astra Militarum soldier, right? An Imperial Guard soldier, where it's like, there's no room for creativity and storytelling and all this stuff. Well, I mean, I guess there is, but, like, a Rogue Trader gives you a much bigger slice of the pie, if that makes sense, I guess. I'm still learning, guys. We're figuring this stuff out as we go. So he's part of an Explorator Cognizance Fleet. The unit supervises supply routes in the Owlcat system, ensures the security of the combat arsenal, performs commercial transactions, and secures mutually beneficial contracts. So yeah, it's not just exploration. It's, it's literally little bits and pieces of the Empire as a whole. And it's fleshing out the Warhammer universe in a way that I don't think you can get anywhere else, man. It's great. When the Tech Priest notices Pascal, his eyes widen. His Vox unit immediately lets out a string of screeching Bunheric, which is, I think, their language. Tortuously long tirade in which the volume rises and falls seemingly at random. When it's finally over, the omnisci servant bows his head in deference. Unit Quartz Crane requests permission to transfer information. The Rogue Trader possesses a supreme degree of power, the potential to influence the current leadership, the ability to restore order in the Owlcat system. That's Rogue Traders, man. All the power. Do you know anything about the Tech Beast? Abel, show me your arsenal. I accept the commercial transaction. Pascal, what was that? A detailed complaint. I recommend you consider Unit Quartz Crane's request to transfer information. Permission to transfer information granted. What do you wish to tell me? The Tech Priest says sharply and curtly, haphazard and careless decisions on the part of the Owlcat Minoris governor have led to unacceptable consequences. Communication with the Adeptus Mechanicus Sanctum has been lost. Troops must be sent to the hallowed electrodynamic Cenobium, that's where we think his mentor is, without delay. Restoring communication with the Electro Priests and ensuring the Sanctum's security are our top priorities. Let me just have some coffee. You are the head of a Rogue Trader dynasty. Your position enables you to exert influence, the Tech Priest pauses for a moment, and pressure on the subjects of the Imperium. Unit Quartz Crane requests assistance. The actions of Governor Faisal Raikidi Ab Medina af Coronis must be influenced. Demand that troops be sent to the Holy Monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I observe that this world's authorities lack diligence in the performance of their duties. This statement is true. United in their denunciations and brimming with righteous criticism, the pair in red exchange knowing nods. I love it. What will I get in return for my help? The governor is carrying out immediate duties. I'll discuss it. I like the Adeptus Mechanicus. Unit Quartz Crane is grateful. The rogue trader is highly likely to successfully influence the future actions of the local authorities. You are an explorator, aren't you? What are you doing here? Retrieving archived data. Over 70 Terran years ago, the governor of Owlcat Minoris and authorized representatives of the Explorator Cognizance fleet made an agreement. Its goal was mutual benefit through cooperation. Unit Logis Quartz Crane is the fleet's appointed trade agent. The unit is responsible for maintenance of the arsenal and combat machinery. Blessed are the armorers, for there can be no Imperium without them. Blessed are the valiant warriors, for there is no end to the darkness without them. The omnisci's servants exchange short binaric mantras filled with intimidating solemnity. What is the fleet doing in the Owlcat system? The Cognizance fleet's presence in the Owlcat system is negligible. Its research activities in the system have been concluded. A limited presence is maintained for the purpose of logistical support, fulfillment of vows to maintain the omnisci's creations, spiritual oversight. Cool, so they're just here to do Adeptus things, Adeptus Mechanicus things. Do you know anything about the tech priest Abel Hanuman? His name's actually Anamarant or something. Anamarant. His moniker is Abel. He's traveling sort of secretly. That is the mentor of Pascal. Unit Quartz Crane has had no previous communications with Unit Abel Hanuman. The memory sector contains other data related to this query. Various resources and data storage devices of interest have been extracted by the standing army of Owlcat Minoris for preservation purposes. The command center currently hosts a cogitator that was used by Unit Abel Hanuman. Appeal to the cogitator spirits for further information. I love this idea that the cogitators are just so much more than just computers, because like it feels like every piece of technology you interface with in the game or in the Warhammer 40k universe in totality, it's like a ghost in the machine type of aspect, right? Where they've got this like spiritual sentience, and it's just so cool. Show me your arsenal, accept the commercial transaction. Profit factor. Profit factor is a measure of your status, wealth, and power as a rogue trader. Its value is determined by your trade connections, income of your holdings, and treasury reserves. It's no simple matter of just having 10,000 gold. It's, a little bit more of a deeper representation of your wealth. The value of your profit factor is displayed on the reputation tab in the character menu. While traveling, your character will use profit factor for buying items and completing colonial projects. Profit factor is not spent on purchases and transactions. Instead, its level determines your ability to conclude trades or trade transactions. Profit factor can grow or diminish. Its growth is primarily influenced by major trade deals, and its decrease by investments in colonial projects. Cool. We haven't even gotten apparently there's a whole colony management system. Equipment, weapons, and other items can be found at vendors of various factions throughout the Cronus Expanse. To trade with them, profit factor and reputation are required. They are not spent on purchases, but their level, one or both at once, affects the range of goods available to you. So we can just get stuff for free based on our profit factor. It's like a level. Reputation is a measure of the rogue trader's relationship with the different factions in the Cronus Expanse. The higher the reputation with a faction, the wider the range of goods available from its representative. To increase your reputation with a particular faction, complete the orders and transfer valuable cargo to their representatives. Cool. Reputation. Explorators. So they like holy gifts, heretic trophies, ship components. Okay. No sorting. So do we trade this and we get... What is this? What do we get for the trade? If we give them all our stuff, we get 2,350 what? Oh, reputation. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do that yet. So this is the cargo on our ship, right? And cargoes for storing loot. So that's like a full cargo. So all the armor we've been looting goes there, I guess. Okay. This is our stuff. Where is their stuff? Reflective shield. Analyst's helmet. Ancient Terra Monarch. No, wait. When the wearer kills a target with an exploit using a single Deadeye shot, the nearest enemy immediately gains one exploit. Yeah. Reflective shield. I don't know anything about the Adeptus Arbites yet, so I don't know about that. Our profit factor is 14. I wonder if that's good or not. Stripped Urak 5 of anything of value and obligated the governor of the Owlcat system to provide resources. Okay, so 14. I don't know if that's good or not. Do we trade with the explorators? I mean, I don't see why not, right? So, armor kit they like, 150. 500 for holy gifts. Holy gifts, cargoes for sorting, drag pieces of loot. Selling full cargo to merchants improves your reputation with the faction. However, all loot inside the cargo will be lost. I think we figure out... Okay, so that's the next tier. Is there anything in this tier? And what do we need? How do we see the threshold to get to the next reputation level? Oh, do we have to do a full 1,500 to get to the next level? Okay, interesting. And this is with the explorators. I wonder if there's other Adeptus people to trade with. Let's look here. So if we go see reputation... Yeah, it's the explorators. Okay, well, I really like them, so I think we'll trade with them. Show me your arsenal. I accept the commercial transaction. Let's sell... holy gifts. They really like holy gifts. But then again, Drussus, or the other guys, they'll also like that stuff. And they'll have epic things as well. So let's do our armor kits. No, I think what we do is we hold on to our stuff until we get access to more people so we can min-max this, right? Ship components. Maybe we just sell stuff like that? I don't know. Why don't they want mechanicus? Oh, because they create stuff. Okay, it makes sense. Let's just sell our armor kits. See how far that takes us. Armor kit. Armor kit. Armor kit, armor kit, armor kit. Armor kit. There we go. Wait, let's do that. Trade. Boom. So now we've got 1 reputation with them. The next is for another 500. So if we do 1 holy relics, which do we have holy gifts? Yes, we do. That'll give us 500. Will that take us to tier 3? How many holy gifts do we have though? I want to see if it's better to sell that to the other factions. So let's hold on to that for now and just see what we can trade. Psychic body glove. Flak arm. Oh wait, there we go. The wearer ignores the first critical hit damage in combat. That's cool. Base armor property 0 plus. Oh, so plus 3 times your psi rating, percent dodge if the wearer's willpower is more than 40. Can't be equipped by this character. Mezoa pattern bolt pistol. Can we compare it to... Well, I guess it's free, right? Might as well just take it. Frag grenades. Stabilizing braces. The red deals 5% damage or against 5% critical hit chance to single shots and deadeye shots. Profit factor value is too low. Oh, we need 15. Okay. 17 for that, 15 for that. Modified bolter. How do I compare this with another companion though? That would be kind of useful, right? 200 range. 7 to 12. It doesn't seem that great. And it doesn't matter if we get more reputation because we don't have a profit factor. So... Ceramite Stormtrooper Carapace. Excuse me. Okay, we need a lot more profit factor. Maybe we just take this because we can. And we take this because we can. We take the reflector shield because we can. And we take the analysis helmet because we can. And we take all the multi-keys because, you guessed it, we can. Oh yeah. We can... Ooh, medkits. Maybe that's important. Let's sell some more stuff. Get it up to 2,000 so we can get access to medkits. If we just do 1 heretic trophies, boom, rep 2. Okay. Get all those medikits. Take the plasma pistol. Take the balanced maul, one-handed melee weapon light. The small's harsh shove ability costs 1 AP. Additionally, the wielder can use shoving strike costing 2 AP against multiple enemies in an area. Harsh shove. Might as well just take it. Ooh, a modified las gun. We'll take that as well. No, we can't. Oh yeah. Why can't we take this? Reputation too low. 11. Oh, this is the next tier. Ooh, soul siphon. One-handed melee weapon light. Info. If used by Psycho, whenever the sword hits an enemy, veil degradation is used by 1. The sword deals additional 0 plus your psi rating's worth of damage. Most warriors prefer swords for they provide more flexibility in the battlefield against close combat enemies. Okay. I think we've got enough stuff. Very cool. Now, newest to oldest. Let's go.
I am at your...
The Emperor sets my path.
I think she needs grenades.
Does something trouble you?
When the
web serves.
She needs grenades, but she also needs medikit stuff. So let's do that and that.
Color the
Join.
What advice do you seek?
That and that.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a
Like
field
grenades.
of flowers was
Okay,
blossoming nearby. A child
Then-
was saved from death.
Calm down.
A
woman.
1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
That's not that great. Wasn't it a special bolt pistol? Oh, it's a pistol. I get it. Okay, never mind. What else did we get? Grenades. Didn't we get more than that? Sure, we got a whole bunch of stuff. There we go. The psychic body glove. The wearer ignores the first critical hit damage in combat. Base armor to... if it's more than... willpower, yeah, so 100%. Base, so we get... yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing for her to have. Pascal should maybe get this. Analyst's helmet. No. Who needs a helmet? Law warp, we'll keep that. Hit chance, critical hit chance. No, I don't think we'll ever use this then. Oh well. The shield. Okay, can he use this? 9 to 13 is still worse than the arc rifle, but it's a plasma pistol. 30% armor penetration. I wonder what's better. Range, slightly less. Rate of fire, 1-1. And it's got overcharge and stuff like that. I think we're going to try it out. Right? It's a plasma pistol. Come on. It's like iconic Warhammer stuff. Modified bolter. The bolter is still better. Okay. What's next? This balanced maul. One-handed melee weapon, not as good, but it's got some shoving stuff. Oh, yeah, I think that's fine. Could he use... no, he can't. She can't use... I'm just looking at this helmet quickly. Oh, yeah, and that's all fine, I guess. I really like the way that they handle trade in this game. That's very cool. Yeah, but we can sort that stuff out later. Let's get on with it.
Us?
I always keep my options open.
Before we do that, I just want to talk to Arbitrator Clayton. My duty is to serve the Lex Imperialis. This bunker is under the control of the Arbiters. I cannot provide you with amenities, but I guarantee security within the perimeter. Greetings, your lordship, says the governor in a dismal voice, glancing reflexively at Solomon. Tech Priest Court's claim case you've not been doing enough to ensure the safety of the Adeptus Mechanicus monastery. With a heavy sigh, the governor warily covers his face with his hand. Of course he does. That Tech Priest is very insistent. I ordered a squad to be dispatched to the Holy Cenobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They haven't been heard from yet. I'm afraid this is all I can do under the present circumstances. I don't have a single soldier to spare in the capital. Governor, you didn't steal the tithe ship, did you? I'm not convinced. Not you too. I swear on the Golden Throne and the blood of all martyrs, I never even considered committing such an act. Please, your lordship, do not insult me with such suspicions. Okay. I just want my people for my ship, yo. Arbitrator Bryce. A good spot for a defensive position. Let's hunker down here and throw the amateurs out. The heavy hum of this massive cogitator runs down the metal walls of the bunker, filling the entire command center. Okay, it's time to use the computer. I mean, the cogitator. I'm very good at cogitators. The cogitator looks a lot older and worn than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts have been replaced. Not a single key is jammed. We've read this before. Okay, let's see. Logis' private archive. Result of Logis Abel's datatrons. Request response. Examine the data. Okay, cool. So I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it. Shackled in stasis. The minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neural harness of their vows. I am registering an impulse of change. I surmise a potential influence on the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral was turned into a circle, but the cycle can be discontinued. The revelation granted by the Omnisire to Logis Abel in the course of his data meditation has been recorded verbatim. Logis Abel is seeking an audience with the Venerable Dar Impulse VI, who may assist in interpreting the revelation. A request has been sent to the Governor's Palace for a shuttle flight to the Electrodynamic Cerebrum. A message has been also sent to the Furibundus system. The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize the words. The voice from the Vox is soft and pensive, barely audible over the static noise. I believe I know the intended recipient of the message in the Furibundus system. It was me. Omnisci grant me the wisdom to fathom this mystery. So basically, he's seeking an audience with Dar Impulse 6 who may be interpreting the revelation. A request has been sent to the Governor's Palace for shuttle flight to the Electrodynamic Cerebrum. The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize these words. I believe I know the intended recipient of the message in the Furibundus system. It was me. Okay. Go to Sacred Computation 7825M. Upon Logis Abel's orders, the archives of every Augur station on Rykad Manoris and the two primary satellites of Rykad's star have been queried. Said satellites are named Magos Marof and Zafire the Keen, after two great champions of faith, whose external cogitators were placed inside the satellite's cores after their shells perished. The purpose of the sacred computation requested by the Logis is to recover the external influence behind the ongoing insurgency. Computation result positive. Multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ships moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred Augur's eyes. What is an Augur? Sensor technology that allows void ships to scan planets. The first of these ships is thought to have arrived 2 Rykad Manoris cycles ago, early in the winter. The most recent one arrived a month ago. Logis Abel's conclusion: the insurrection on the planet had been long in the making, with the participation of external actors. It is alleged that 2 cycles ago, Aurora arrived in the Rykad system, the rumored unholy prophet of the insurgents. The subsequent ship movements can be attributed to weapon deliveries. But what is the nature of their activity near Rykad Filia? Governor Medina's attention must be drawn to. The final entry cuts off abruptly. Okay, I think we're going to the prison planet next after this. The satellite, or no, first we'll check out the rest of the locations here. The satellite Magos Maruf reports that a ship is translated into the system. Its signature is consistent with the records of the flagship of a rogue trader dynasty, House von Valencia. So that's us. The satellite Zafire and Zafire the Keen reports that a ship drifting nearby has hurriedly sped away. The ship is sent an encrypted Vox transmission to the insurgent-controlled areas of the surface of Rykad Manoris. Another transmission was directed to planetoid Rakadi Filia. Both transmissions were signed Brother Twilight. Their contents could not be decrypted. Investigated, the entry contains planetside coordinates marked as heavy Augur station jamming, possibly a hidden insurgent base. Okay. I think I understood about 15% of what I just read.
Or get left in the dust.
For now, I think that guy said that we can go and put down more rebellions for sport, which sounds like a great way to go. Okay, and I think with that we are done here. It's just those guys. Cool. I do feel like we're not getting our people though. Completed the starport. Final Dawn, that's the new main quest. Request and response. This is Pascal's stuff. So where is New Blood? The crew losses suffered during the cultist raid can be remedied on Rykad Manoris. So, remedy them. But this twat won't do it. If you'd like a distraction, a smaller and safer uprising to suppress at your leisure, there is a planetoid in my system called Rykide. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's what I wanted to discuss.
I always have a backup plan.
Up away, return to Void Ship. I guess we're going back to the Void Ship. Oh, yeah. So on Rykad, where do we get new blood from? How do we accomplish this? So that's Pascal's quest and the main quest. But how do I get new blood done? Ooflang dung.
Is there money to be made?
Nothing much has changed here. Take me to my ship. So we can go to the monastery. But I also want to go to the prison. But why is he not replenishing my crew? Maybe we've got to resolve. Oh, maybe when the rebellion is done, then we'll get our crew. I guess. I think that's what I'm gonna assume. Okay. Then there was some stuff that we had to deal with. I guess we do that. Let's just go to the ship and talk to... What's his name again? The Factorum guy. Where is Mr. Factorum, dude? There he is. The High Factorum Janus Danrock greets you. Victor's informed me about a problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. He nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to handle such irregularities. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. Pascal Hanuman expressed the desire to be present during the inspection should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of the esteemed Magos may come in handy. I wish to take a look at these servitors. I shall look at these servitors, but not right away. Let's have a look. As you wish, your lordship. Would you like the engines here primed to accompany? Yes, but Pascal shall come with me. As your lordship commands. Ah, cool. It's another one of these. Sick. Sector, unavailable location, flagship, material report of a tech phenomenon that was observed during the Lord Captain's visit to Bay AKN 108 from the words of High Factorum Janus Danrock. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiring line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath. Disturbed by the sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship Voidicus Hermertius Timothy von Valancius Took several steps towards the servitors. No. Gestured for his Agency Prime to study the services. Probably. Demanded a report on the defective unit status from the Technomats. Ordered that one of the servitors be disassembled and its components investigated. Turned to me to announce his decision. Whose perspective is this? Pascal's. Gestured to his Agency Prime to study the servitors. The Agency Prime slowly waded into the motionless ranks of the servitors, peering into their faces and checking the readings. There was no haste in Pascal's actions. With mesmerizing diligence, he inspected every single unit in his path, and binaric prayers were his companions in this investigation. The examination confirmed the Technomat's initial hypothesis. The servitors' souls, or rather the souls of the people they once were, had awakened. Do you know how mortifying that is? Because servitors are essentially lobotomized humans. You know, they're Warhammer 40k's version because, you know, they don't have AI or abominable intelligence. Not yet fully conscious of their past and present, these half-machines could nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations such as fear and pain. This undesirable consequence of shoddily performed lobotomy is most rarely observed, and yet for some unknown reason it had occurred in every single one of the servitors gathered in the bay. This is so cool. Excuse me, a lot of reading, gotta keep the throat wet. All present held their breath. Disturbed by the sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His Lordship Voidicus Hermetius Timothy von Valancius took several steps towards the servitors. Well, let's get one disassembled first. Imagine being... It's like being awake during an operation. A group of Technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitor's mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The sutures between its wrinkled pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the Technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles abounding with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the Technomats concurred. The unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. Let's take several steps towards them. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and after a moment's thought waved his hand, and the servitors just as synchronously repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the Technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of their head or wave of a hand or step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation. Like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. As High Factotum, it was I who had prompted that entire inspection and thus... Wait, hold on. As High Factotum, it was I who had prompted that entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if these mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. So basically, they take the riffraff and criminals of the Imperium, and they get servitorized, turned into like living machines. A visibly shaken Technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the Technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half machines and half people. The Lord Captain stepped away from the servitors. All present held their breath. Disturbed by the sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Let's demand a report. The Technomat's long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' normal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for their termination. announce our decision. His lordship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was that confidence that wrenched me out of the nightmarish stupor that had me tensely observing the scene unfolding before me. The Lord Captain gave the order. I think we all know what we're going to do. Okay, so Iconoclast. Dispose of the servitors so that the human souls may be released from torment. Excuse me. To send the servitors back to toil as they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes of their past lives and thus did not deserve clemency. Destroy the servitors, for what was happening to them could spell horrific heresy. To leave the servitors to their work, for there was nothing in their behavior that the Lord Captain found alarming. I mean, these are the same option, but one gives me dogmatic, so I guess we're going to go with that. On the Lord Captain's orders, the servitors would return to the same decks where they had worked before. The crew was initially unnerved by their presence, but adapted to their quirks soon enough, especially since following the incident in question, there was a noticeable reduction in the servitors' strange behavior. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Yeah, I mean, we just have conscious servitors, performing their functions. It's totally fine. It's all good. There's everything else to say? I'd like to order shipping and transportation of some goods. Can he trade with anyone anywhere? Sick. Okay. I like it. I really like the way that they've handled trade in this. It's fantastic. Does she have anything to say? No. Oh yeah, I think we're going to go to our next port of call. Rogue traders are immensely wealthy and do not use mere currency for their trade operations. Electrodynamic Cenobium. We'll cover the Andean area, Lordship. Glory to the Von Valencius dynasty. Are these from our ship or from...
I always keep my options open.
Some goods. Take them. Athletics 70. Go Abelard.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Indeed. Grenade, Medicaid, kits, fantastic stuff. Law Imperium.
Just as I planned.
The pieces are molten at the edges. The statue was likely blasted by a barrage from a multi-laser turret, the type found on landing force shuttles. Okay, so this is very, very far removed from the city and the rebellion.
I did it?
Judging by the dead people's equipment, they were the same wardens the governor sent to the monastery's
Keep your wits
aid.
about you.
Okay, so bad things are afoot in the monastery. Who would have thunk it?
I always get the
Lay
job
people
done.
unworthy of entering the hallowed cenobium humbly said their prayers next to this computational altar. All hail to the Omnisire. Oh yeah, let's get into it. Maybe there's some Necrons inside, who knows? Okay, that was cool. Open the gate.
I always have a backup plan.
Is this going to be like a dungeon crawl, or was it going to be 7 hours worth of reading? Let's open the gate and find out. I wish I knew how to pronounce that. The binaric hymn awakens. The gate's latching mechanism. So, like, if you just have a padlock, is that technologically advanced enough to have a machine
Rise to the
spirit?
top or get left in the dust.
Like how advanced does something have to be? Does it have to be electrical in order to have a machine spirit? Who knows? Alrighty. The heretics were killed swiftly and ruthlessly. They never had time to reach for their weapons. Sick. This place looks epic.
Glory be to the current of the motive force. May its dulcet light shine in our nospheric coronas. May its vitality nourish our augments. May its purity wash over our imperatives and engrams.
As far as I am aware, the monastery supplies power to several major hive cities on Rykan. Hidden somewhere in the depths of this building is a reactor of monstrous, unfathomable power.
Dude, I love this game. I love Warhammer. So essentially, the monastery is a power plant,
to be made?
and the Adeptus Mechanicus treated as like a holy place. It's probably a leftover from the Dark Age of technology. You note that wire junctions are often marked with the symbol of a key that appears to connect to two lines. Oh god, are we going to have a puzzle? You note that the wire junctions are often marked with the symbol of a key that appears to connect to two lines. Okay. The cultists were killed with a hit to the back from some kind of electric weapon. Ooh. Oh. Servitors, you shall be purified by the motive force. Blasphemer. Corrupted. Adeptus Mechanicus.
You will beg for
I'm
mercy,
so in.
but
So
I will
in.
grant none.
What are these guys? Finally, some interesting enemies. This is like we've been fighting so much trash. What is their deal? You've been ambushed. The battle begins. Well, Argenta's still going first, so that's... Oh, we don't get to place our people. Interesting. Start the battle. Electro Priest. I wish that they had some flavor text for each enemy. Embrace the machine. The creature gains immunity to fatigue, disturb, perplex, and staggered effects. Reject the flesh. Shock damage. Ooh, Pascal's going to come and clutch here. Shock damage suffered is increased by 25%. This creature gains 2 deflection, 20% armor, and suffers -10 to dodge. Okay, cool. And they do damage and stuff. Very cool. Can we? Where do we want to go with her? If we go here, what is our burst like? Soldier's next range burst attack will have its base rate of fire doubled, but deal less damage. So let's try
Rejoice
that.
in battle.
Can we get all 3? Oh man. We're in the worst possible position. Do we risk going close? If we go there, would we be able to get a higher % chance? If we go there... No. Man? Okay, we can't get a good angle. I guess we just stay there and blast this guy. Why so low?
Guided by faith. I'll do it.
We don't need to run and gun. Not scary at all.
Setback.
Don't
Not
frighten
scary
me.
at all. If we do a little stair this way, do we catch our team? No, that's perfect. So let's buff Pascal. Give Pascal a turn. No, wait, we've got a... We buff and we do a little stair. So what does this do again? Target gains 30% increased hit chance on their next attack, dodge on their next dodge test. Okay, just an all-round awesome buff. I think we give it to Cassia.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Then we do a lidless stare. I don't know if it's good or not.
If I may,
Faced worse than this.
Okay, so that puts prime target. Why did we get prime target? That's from... Oh, and it stunned them. Epic. For 1 round. Amazing. And they're castigating. Penalty to all characteristics. This is insane. Look at this. AoE, debuff, damage, stun. Amazing. Okay. Pascal. Let's buff everybody and nerf everybody else. Analyze. Let's get rid of this guy. He's too close for comfort. Then we've got 1 AP left, so we can either shoot or melee. So wait, if we do this, targets with the reject the flesh feature, which they have, suffer 30 shock damage. If the target is a mechanism machine, it suffers 60 shock damage instead. Let's do that. Oh shit, we just healed him. Are we the worst? I think we're actually the worst. Parry. Dodge. Are these guys just gonna like suffocate us with AoE?
And duty go hand in hand.
Yeah, they're not too scary, right? So now we do that. I think we move him here and we do a taunt. How does that sound? It sounds fantastic. Let's go over here and do a taunting scream. Oh, we've got to target it out like that. Okay, so what we do is we go there, then there.
A tactically sound approach.
Cool. We taunt everybody.
It will be done.
Does that mean it worked? Oh, it would be nice if they had a sound effect for the taunting scream. You know, something like, "For the Emperor!" Okay, I think they all got affected, yeah. They were all affected. Now, we just hit this guy. What is this? Get off me. The Navy officer pushes enemies in 2 cell radius away 2 cells. No. Sworn enemy. Guess we'll sworn enemy this guy. Or whoever's next. This guy.
Indeed.
And get some deflection. And we'll do an attack. We need to get him a cleaving weapon again.
At your beck and call. Target well struck.
Epic. Yeah, we won't do that. Yeah, sweet. Back to
I'll
us.
see to it personally.
Can we get rid of... That's a lot of damage. If we do her, she can really mess stuff up, right? She's got some nice cleave stuff. Okay, so let's do
as the
one of
tenants
these.
demand.
I don't know if this is going to work, but humor me. Oh, we're going to miss. So let's do this.
Caught by the web.
Epic.
My blade
Everybody's
whispers your
bloody.
name.
Sick. Back to us. What does this do again? That's a 1 and that's a 1. And that's a 1. We've got 2. So that, who's up next, is her.
It's as good as done.
So we'll buff Cabela and we'll get a nice attack off this
I'll
guy.
see to it. But consider this a taste
Amazing.
of what's to come.
Cool. Onto you. Now you can do a pretty sick AoE attack, I believe. Something like this.
The other side awaits.
Brilliant. Either we are over leveled or the game's too easy, because we're blind and unfair, guys. Come on. Blade dance.
I shall not killing. Brings
Easy.
me no pleasure.
Okay, she's done. Agenta, if we move you here, are you going to hurt your friends? Yes, you are. That seems alright.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
23, we'll take it. Okay, that's fine. 0 burning damage, that's unfortunate. Buff. Who's coming up next? Pascal.
Do not dare ask.
Should have done Abelard. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. And now we're going to give an extra turn to...
I'm not
Abelard.
accustomed to being ordered
See if we can
around.
get rid of this guy.
It will be done. Grey hair, sure hand.
Okay.
At your beck and call.
And give that to
Isn't this a
Abelard.
job for the service?
And we're done. What was that? What was that? What just happened? Lightning Impression. Half of the bonus granted by voice of command remains until the end of combat. This bonus does not stack. Where did Lost Impression come from? Let's analyze this guy. And I want to understand something. Let's go there and use this on him. Can we get closer? Yes, we can. I want to try this out.
Request approved.
Sick, sick.
Vital function successfully
This guy's a
terminated.
monster, bro. Abelard.
I will
finish
do
him,
my duty. I took care of this one.
and
It will
finish
be
him.
done. An exemplary strike.
22. And we can still
Indeed.
bayonet strike.
Reduced to dust.
Easy. Overexerted. Okay, that's fine. Sick. No loot. Unsick. Who are these electro
Always
priests?
keep your eye on the price.
Some kind of dark Omnisire stuff going on here. What is this? A motor force field seals the passage, threatening to incinerate anyone who touches it. I want to see if we can walk through it. Data altar of sacred analysis. The cogitator's green screen lights up as you approach it and displays the flashing message. Pilgrim, only the words of the first galvanic hymn will reveal to you the gifts hidden behind the veil of knowledge. Now chant with me. Let us sing this canticle to the device's keyboard lights up, clearly expecting you to enter the rest of the verse. Pascal, kindly remind me how the hymn goes. Pascal's vox let out a noisy groan as if he's clearing his throat, but then stops abruptly. After a brief pause, he averts his gaze and says in a rasping voice, "It is not known to me. Only high-ranking servants at shrines of energetic prosperity are permitted to perform the first galvanic hymn." Abelard snorts and struggles to suppress an involuntary smile. "Emperor, help us all. The esteemed Magos has been caught out not knowing a prayer, and now he's floundering like a cadet in an exam. I never thought I'd see the day." Oh, man. Omnisire, from whom the body discharges, springeth forth the blessed cathode that beckoneth the timeless electron, the mighty reactor that performeth the sacrament of infusion. Closed circuit where the path start and end are tied in a knot. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go with the mighty reactor. Sacrament of fusion. Verse 2 calls to you, Pilgrim. Let us fill our souls with gratitude toward the splendid resistors, the watchful breakers, the hallowed contacts, the arcane key. Now finish the prayer. Memory of ages past preserved most zealously. The mortal body and the mechanism thereof, the immortal reason that hath created the spark. Only one who has learned the path of our Cenobium is worthy of its gifts. Walk the path of the enlightened, absorb their age-old wisdom, and sing with me again. The screen goes dark in disappointment. Okay. We'll probably have to learn that somehow.
This explorator is blessed with
I always keep
multifunctionality.
my options open.
Cool. On the maladies of machine spirits and the ways of diagnostic divination.
Over there.
Oh, what's over here? What's this? Ooh. Mummified electropriest. A tech priest's body rests on a metal table surrounded by sparking spirals of copper coil. A patina of sacred unguents covers his withered flesh. His augmetics have been polished with great care. Intricate electues cover the dead man's crossed arms and bare torso, and strands of wires envelop his head. Pascal respectfully bows his head before the dead man and carefully touches the shriveled body with the tip of his mechadendrite. Honored adherent, I thank you for showing us the truth of fabricated General Petronovar's maxim. Death does not end the service of a spirit driven. Examine the body with Tech Use 100. The body seems motionless, but you notice a slight tremor in the fingertips. This ancient servant of the Omniscire must be data dreaming. His mind, enveloped in digital reverie, can persist for hundreds or thousands of years while his frail body is decaying. The sacred state of trance is a great reward only earned by the wisest and most pious servants of the machine god. Such purity of color, I've never seen anything like it. Deep tranquility shrouded in a cool white cloud. Such unity of thought and spirit, the dead are incapable of exuding such hues. Next to the table the body is resting on, you see a small amulet crafted from burned cogitator circuit boards. There is no dust on these small offerings. They were clearly left here recently. Can you hear me, Tech Priest? The light in the crypt becomes a little brighter and sharper, and the smell of ozone fills the air. Mummified Electro Priest. The vox on the ceiling comes alive and lets forth a solemn binaric aria that turns into a crackling, somnolent voice. In this dark hour, I am ready to bring you good tidings, Tech Brethren. Now respond with the words of the second... Oh my god, this hymn again. The second governing hymn is a revered and miraculous prayer of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Naturally, you know it very well. Oh, okay. I thought we didn't know the hymn. Stick to ordering your monks about corpse. I will not be chanting anything to you. Let us praise the twin charges, the body electric, the Omniscire who lights the spark of reason within us. Hold on, I've got to take a photo of this. Is that the whole hymn? Do we just know it now? Or is it something else? Beep. Let it so be indeed. Who or what are you? The voice grows louder. Praetor Electroid Dar Impulse II. By will of the Omniscire, the prior of the monastery and the guardian of the miraculous fusion reactor, now and ever, world without end. Yeah, in this cell of mine, I have conquered death, and my mind has soared toward the Omniscire in a blessed data dream. My body is decaying, but my spirit will remain by my master's side, for I am the sacred sentinel of the code, the guardian of the sacred relic, and the eye that watches over the rite of operation. Nerd. Tell me what your data dream is like. I am one with the motive force, and it opens my mind to the sacred impulses of knowledge. My reason has become as fast as the flying electron and the ray of light, and time is no more for me. I am eternal. In my binaric reverie, I comprehend the wisdom of the machine god and share it with the humble priests who come to my cell thirsting for my knowledge. The monastery is under attack by heretics. Can you help? In my data dream, I saw the unholy requests and rejected them angrily, for it is said that in the 4th article of security, Nord Antivirus 4.0, no unbeliever's hand shall intrude upon the operation cycle. They have seditious designs on the relic, but should I give you, who dares not belong to our faith and fellowship, my blessing to stand up to the blasphemers? I don't see why not. I may not be a member of your priesthood, but you and I are of the same faith. Succeeded. This statement is true. The 1st article of security says, fear above all evils, the defilement of knowledge. So the reason why the faiths are shared is because the Adeptus Mechanicus believe that the God Emperor of mankind is the prophet of the Omniscire, or is the Omniscire. Fear above all evils, the defilement of knowledge, and its command outweighs the prohibition contained in the 6th article of security. Let knowledge be locked away from the ignorant. So be it. In the name of shaming the unbelievers, I grant you the blessing of special access and protection from the rage of the motive force. Dry, crackling sounds come from inside the crypt's walls, and awakened cogitators process the ancient tech priest's command. Nice. The mummified tech piece rests on the table. I mean, you know,
Let
other
us know,
RPGs would be
door.
like, you click the button, a door creaks somewhere in the depths below, and then you carry on going, right? But these guys had to make 9,000 lines of dialogue. Interesting dialogue, cool dialogue, fun dialogue.
Stop. There.
Dialogue that really adds to the vibe of the game. Oh my god, it's another one. What did this say again? Okay. Oh, thank God. He's dead. Let's go up here.
Rise to the top.
Does
or
this
get
mean that he
left in
disabled the
dust.
motor force field? Yes, he did. So before... Oh, wait. He did. Yeah. Let's go here. What's this? Who's there? Are we going to get ambushed again? Mercifully quick electric shock was not what killed this cultist. His face is contorted. What? A mercifully quick electric shock was not what killed this cultist. His face is contorted in pain as if he was tortured.
Is there money to be made?
There are no wounds on the heretic's body, but his face is contorted in terror and his eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels.
I'm not satisfied with that
Inquisitor.
answer. I will repeat my question again. The last electro priest you killed, where did you find him?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the corpse emperor!
And another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
I love the Inquisition. These guys are serious business, man. The tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. They're psychers. A lot of Inquisitors have psychic abilities. The expensive fabric on his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A force sword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. You try to focus on the man in front of you, but you cannot shake the image of the deadly torture he inflicted on his victim. Your pulse quickens, blood pounding in your ears, and sweat beading on your skin. You lived through so we had torture. Oh, does it make all torture bad just because we got tortured at one point? No, it's not how life works. Seneschal, isn't that the chap we're supposed to find for the Lord Inquisitor? Interrogator von Kalox, I presume? The Emperor protects. Kneel and repent your heresy before the rogue trader, filthy sorcerer. My man, this is the Emperor protects.
And in this, we must be like him. My greetings to you, fellow servant of the Master of Mankind. I am Interrogator Heinrichs van Kalox of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
So I'm currently on book 2 of Eisenhorn, and that's a story that follows an agent of the Inquisition, Inquisitor Eisenhorn, which is it's a lot of fun. It's cool reading. So this guy, I mean, he might as well be based on Eisenhorn, I guess. But he's not a full-blown Inquisitor. He is a interrogator, and he might be the most representative of what, the type of stuff we might be doing in Dark Heresy one day. Owlcat Games' next Warhammer CRPG, of which I'm incredibly excited for. Rogue Trader Valentius Hermesius Timothy von Rogue Trader Voidicus Hermesius Timothy von Valentius. My name is Voidicus.
Von Valancius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
Heinrich watches your expression closely. I see you take no end of pleasure in your job. I've barely introduced myself and I'm already being grilled. Theodora is dead, slain in battle by enemies of humanity. Can this conversation wait for a better time? No. I see you take no end in pleasure in your job. Yeah, he's an
I do
Inquisitor.
admit courteous small talk is not my strong suit. What brings you to the sanctum of the Omnissiah?
He pulls back and looks away with a visible effort. I'm here to collect you. I'm under orders from the Lord Inquisitor to offer any assistance you may require, after which I'm to provide you safe passage to footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
Heinrich ruminates silently on what you've told him. Then he makes a of satisfaction and says what he just said.
Starting with her. You have provided exactly the kind of specialist that this situation requires.
So Inquisitors use various, entities from throughout the Imperium, from like unsanctioned psychers, assassins, military specialists, all kinds of things. So this is pretty cool.
I am the Domin's shadow. If he says the word, I will protect you. If he says the word, I will take you to the Undying One.
Dude, this game's already coming together now. This is sick.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You're addressing a rogue trader.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
Heinrichs casts an apprehensive glance at Abelard.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor.
Heinrich arches an eyebrow, examining the coat of arms on Cassia's clothes.
I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions.
He glances at the dead body at his feet.
Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the Final Dawn, and the special efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the Holy Power Source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted Final Dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
Excuse you. The tech priest's visor flashes and turns a bloody scarlet. A soft hum of some activating systems is heard from under his robe. Point to the corpse. What did you do to him?
I convinced him to cooperate. I can influence living bodies, and I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins.
So, psychers in the Inquisition can also perform seances on like people who are dying or near death or have just died, and they can like go into the, as they're crossing over, or like their soul transcends into the immaterium or the warp, which is where spaceships travel and stuff like that. They can like interrogate people from beyond and stuff like this, but it comes with risks. They could like summon a demon and stuff like that. It's all very logically coherent within the law of Warhammer. It's like its internal consistency. It's all very good stuff. This wretched planet's troubles are none of my concern. I'm taking you to the ship now. I can help you with Aurora. Wasn't Aurora also the name of the bad guy or the project in Space Marine 2? They seem to like that word a lot for antagonists in Warhammer. Precisely what were you doing at the monastery?
I arrived here with an escort squad, only to lose it in our very first open skirmish. The monastery is swarming with heretics. The soldiers I requisitioned from the governor fell in battle, bled to death, or deserted. I had to make do with catching and forcefully interrogating individual rebels. It is from them that I learned what I relayed to you just now.
I can help you with Aurora. Let's join forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. and extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base.
The interrogator glances at the limp body clad in the colors of the governor's wardens and sighs briefly. But they were heretics, right? Yeah.
I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall, near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
It doesn't explain why the electro-priests are antagonistic towards us. I'm positive that not all the electro-priests within the walls of Paris. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from the side alleys to make short work of the cultists. But the heretics and the cultists are the same thing, aren't they? Or the cultists talking about the electro-priests. It's heresy all the way down. Who's it trying to replace? Cabela? No, I don't know about that. I wonder what class he is. Do you replace Abelard? For now. I think that's the way to go. She's really good with melee damage. Abelard's really good at tanking. Hopefully this guy, we can make him a bit of an Abelard replacement for now. Gleam of the Final Dawn. Interrogator on K-Lox thinks the priests are hiding somewhere near the Circular Cogitator. Okay, what's this guy's spiel?
Do you require inquisitorial approval?
What is he? Sanctioned Psyker, Biomancer. Oh boy, yeah. Maybe he should replace Cassio. Oh man. Okay. Biomancer, especially manipulating biological energy and processes within the power of their minds, are masters of flesh, learning to shape and influence their own physical forms according to their will, as well as those of their allies and enemies. Damaging psychic powers count as weapon attacks, counting toward the normal attack limit per turn, gaining all the benefits of abilities and talents, increasing damage of attacks. For example, a soldier using the running gun ability will be able to use damaging psychic powers twice per turn, and operatives analyze enemies. Okay. Oh my god. That's a lot. It's a lot, guys. Man. I'm going to look through this. This is like a full level up. I will do this and we'll carry on in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you're enjoying the playthrough as much as I'm enjoying playing the playthrough. It's been fun. It's been real. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.